Hello and welcome. I am your friendly neighbourhood Moomin as always, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make some body textures. As usual, this is part of my WWE2K How To Series, and body textures is one I've been asked for. Face textures will make your car look brilliant. With an added body texture, even some custom nipples, it'll stand out a bit more. As ever, I'm doing a monthly build a car workshop or build a wrestler workshop on Twitch, streaming how I put all these things together in one video. We normally build a car together, release it for the community to download. The newest one is Cameron Neal. He is now available to download using #Moomin. As ever, with Twitch, I'm streaming every Saturday and Sunday, so I'd like to any of you to pop along. You can build your channel points up, and you can actually use your channel points to request free textures, free logos, free anything you feel you need for your WWE2K games, or even some branding for your own Twitch channel. Just once you unlock that, let me know. Also, if you want to follow me, I do give out regular stuff on Twitter. I am at Moomin with a 1, or at that Moomin. It is changing over. And if you want to get some help with anything WWE2K related, I do have a Discord, and the link is going to be in the description below. But without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, now the fun starts. As you can see, currently you are seeing me googling men's abs. We need to do this. Now, as a body texture, there's two ways you can do it. You can look for the abs yourself. So you need to. There's two ways you can do it. But first of all, you're going to need to look for some abs and some stomach muscles. I find if you're looking for particular wrestlers, their Instagram and Twitter accounts can be very good. But as this is based on an original car, I just need some stomach textures to fit. Now, what I'm looking for is one where I've got a flab pack as one where the stomach is facing towards the camera and there's little or no shadow on it as possible, and there's really good lighting. So for example, as you can see on this Google Images search I've already done, something like that will not really work. I'd have to do a lot of work with it to make it work in game. There's plenty of shadows and dark aspects. Although that guy is in incredibly good shape, I can't use that. I could not use that texture. That would be great, but he's to the side. That would be great, but again, the shadows and stuff I'd have to clean up. And if you look, I could probably do a bit with this one because I could cut that side and then flip it. But again, this video I'm trying to do it so you're doing as little as possible. So we're going to have a quick flip down, and as soon as one appeals to me, I'll grab that one. So straight away, this one looks probably like the best. Now what I always find out is when you click on that, you do then find a load more. And again, we're looking ones that are facing the camera. Maybe that, because I could cut around that part and bring that part in. Right, I think. Oh, hang on. Again, these parts of the video, my girlfriend did once walk in to me searching for these, and that was an interesting conversation. Again, on stream when I was doing this, it did get a bit. Nearly made me need some Barry White music or some sort of music in the background. But again, these are all front face, and again, too much shadows on the side of that one, and probably a bit bright on the side of that one. So let me just check. See, the one I had my eye on has actually gone, and I don't like to say I had my eye on, so maybe that one. As I said, right, that's probably because it's quite a high definition thing. So what I'm going to use is a snipping tool because I don't want to be messing around with. This is an easier way to get the shot that I want. Now I don't need the nipples or the chest. I've got them in game already, separately. I prefer to put nipples in separately. So all I want is that part. And I'm going to show you what to do to get rid of these areas here. Maybe just try and get that. No, too much. I do want a square image, and the rest I can do. Yeah, that's perfect. So I'm going to copy that. I've got GIMP open already, and I'm going to paste that into the image. So straight away, to there. I'm now gonna crop. So that tool that I use there is the crop tool. I'm gonna crop to the image, and then away we go. So just look, it's easier to work off the canvas where you haven't got loads of areas around the sides, because once you put it in game, it's easier to maneuver. Right, so it's pasted down. I'm going to get my eraser, and first of all, I'm just going to get rid of the edges, similar like you would do in a face texture. But I am going to try and keep this area here. Now, unfortunately, I do think this side of him is a bit too dark compared to this side. Now I don't think I need any of this here. Definitely don't need this. So I'm actually going to use quickly draw around. This is the free select tool. I'm going to draw around the abs there. Across the bottom, back up, around, and up. Now it's very important at this bit you don't do it wrong, so you want to edit, select, invert selection, press delete that way. Otherwise you're deleting what you selected. You want to delete what you've not selected. Let's select none. Now so far, I don't know, because that's the way I could do it. But I'm also going to, not too big. I'm going to try and just keep as much in as possible. Definitely need to get rid of this darker area. I want to keep it equal on both sides. Right, so now here's a trick. I mean, I do think that may be okay, but I do think in game the right hand side, this side would be a little bit too dark compared to this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the middle, this side, invert the selection and delete the rest of it. I am then going to duplicate the layer. You see I've got two layers the same now. 1, 2, 1, 2. That select top layer, I'm going to flip. wet. No, I'm sorry. No, flip the top layer. Looks a little odd. But there we go. Perfect. Just wish it was that easy in real life. But that now is perfect to go in game. I mean, that's too perfect. It'd take years to do something like that. I'm going to merge that down so both of them are now together. Now I prefer to have them like that. People do put a texture behind them. If you want to do that, I would suggest going on the outskirts using the colour picker tool, selecting your background and doing that. You could then, as with the face texture technique, smooth in the edges. However, personally, see the tip here? I would aim to put that on your wrestler's part here. Okay, without the background. So I would still like to smooth out the edges and maybe some of the darker aspects. Doesn't matter, it's transparent, but then in game you've got a bit to work with. Now, another thing you may struggle with here is having that colour working with the face texture you've chosen. So I'm going to show you how you can fix that now. So I'm going to go into my textures. I'm going to find Cameron Neo that we did last week on stream. I'll put Cameron Neo's face underneath. Now as you can see, that is brighter than Cameron Neo. So what I'm going to do, I've got the top layer selected. I'm going to go to colours, brightness and contrast, and I'm just going to try and match the two together. Might want to play around with saturation. Try brightness again. Try the contrast again. Yeah, that'll be about right. Yeah, that'll do. I mean, that looks like an image I'm probably never going to get out of my head again. But you can now, I don't know, maybe a bit more pink into it is. Anyway, you can see what it might take some time to get exactly right, but you do have the aspects there. But that is how. Still a bit more contrast and a bit. But you can mess around with all of these. You use saturation, that sort of thing. And I tend to put them in game, test them, put them in game, test them, put them in game, test them, until I get it exactly how I want it. However, you've got a perfect symmetrical stomach texture for your chosen car. I think the hardest bit for me is looking for the actual reference first. But if you use that technique of using the snipping tool and then cropping it to a smaller image, so you're not having to mess around with all the background when you're in game and stuff, And again, you've got your option of adding the textured background as well. I prefer mine like that. And just give it a practice. There is some dark lines on there that I might want to take a look at still. And as you, not like face textures where you have a template. Yeah, that'll be better in game. So I use that because that background one would be the skin that you're putting it over as a tattoo in game, and it's just a good to give it a good example. So I'm going to save that onto my desktop and stuff. I will upload the texture into the Discord group, so if anyone wants to grab that along with Cameron Neal's face, it's already on there, feel free to use them. As ever, I've been the friendly neighbourhood Moomin, and this has been my WWE2K How To Series. Why don't you pop onto a stream once a month or more? I do a build a core workshop. In the workshop we either do, we'll always do a face texture, we'll always do a logo, we'll always do an attire. The attire could be tights, singlet or trunks. So pop in, I'll show you how I go about everything. It's an hour to an hour and a half. If you are regular in there, the channel points do build up. I call them Dragon Balls. You can use your Dragon Balls to get yourself a free texture without going and getting someone on Twitter to do one for you at like $5 or whatever it is people charge. As ever, friendly neighbourhood Moomin. Enjoy your day. Have a lovely day. Thank you. Bye bye.